Hello viewers, and breaking news today as the biggest hint at what Shimano might have planned for its group sets in terms of going fully wireless appeared to have been confirmed by leaked photos on social media in the last few days. Appeared to show Shimano's new mountain bike lineup of XT and XTR, and XTR is mechanical and has been updated in about 6 or 7 years, so probably well overdue for an update. That sidebar is a fantastic group set, and when I've been lucky enough to test a mountain bike with it, the shifting performance is so good. So I hope if they are going fully wireless, they don't ditch mechanical in the same way they did with Dura-Ace and Ultegra. It would be a crying shame indeed. So the photos appear to show a wireless group set with a battery that mounts to the rear of the derailleur, just a rear derailleur. There's no front derailleur shown in the photos, in a similar way to SRAM. And there's a picture of a charging station as well, and a shifter pod with two kind of paddles or levers, which is sort of halfway between a rapid fire shifter unit and a SRAM axis pod. And there's also a picture of a new crankset as well, which might or might not be carbon fiber. Shimano have dabbled with a carbon crankset in the long distant past, but they're all alloy these days, so it might be a carbon version. SRAM do it, so Shimano might do it. But yeah, the big story is around the derailleur being wireless. So the photos answer the big question about Shimano's future group set direction, but the photos also raise many questions in my opinion. Like, how the heck have they gotten around SRAM patent better than Campag did with Super Record launched last year, which wasn't the best implementation of a wireless group set with removable batteries, because the batteries were different size for the front and rear. How long will the batteries last compared to current Di2 and SRAM? And also, will it be 12 speed or 13 speed like SRAM's Explore gravel bike group set? And also, when is it coming out? When is it being released? Well, I've no idea. I've no indication from Shimano about a launch at any point. But the photos do look very production ready, so I would hazard a guess at some point this year. So maybe in the summer, look out for a new launch. So plenty of reason to get excited about two new Shimano mountain bike group sets in the near future. But what does it mean for gravel and road? Well, let's discuss. So Shimano have been slow to really embrace gravel in the same way that SRAM have been rapid in rolling out new group sets and new technology. And right now, money no object, if I buy a gravel bike group set and I like one bike, I'll buy the new SRAM Red Explore, because a phenomenal range from like 1046 cassettes, no flimsy mech hanger to break or bend, and really light, powerful disc brakes and fantastic ergonomics, better than old SRAM and better, I reckon, than Shimano. So while GRX is a good group set, the last update was a 2x12 speed Di2 electronic group set, a distinct absence of a 1x12 Di2 group set. And that led to some speculation and rumours about why the group set wasn't in the range in the launch and why they might be holding it back, and possibly holding it back to do a dual release of their new mountain bike wireless and also a GRX wireless, because Shimano's approach to GRX has been essentially to bring their mountain bike technology over to the drop bar world in terms of the derailleurs and the cassette technology, and no difference being the shifters compared to a flat bar offering. So no real attempt to really innovate in the same way that SRAM have done with their gravel bike lineups. And SRAM have been on a mission to really own the gravel bike space, and for one by I think they do. Two by I think GRX is still a strong offering, but if you want one by, and I'm a one by fan, then GRX doesn't really offer much to get excited about, especially if you want electronic. So my guess is we might see the same technology we're seeing in the leaked photos of a wireless rear derailleur brought over to GRX as well. It would be very easy to just change XTR for GRX, new hoods, bish bosh, off you go. So yeah, that would be quite an easy one to do. And again, questions around 12 speed, 13 speed, what gear ratios they might have, and of course, when is it coming out? I have no idea. It's not Shimano don't do big launches, don't do dual launches, but they have launched Dura-Ace and Ultegra at the same time in the past, so they could launch their mountain bike and GRX at the same time. And as a gravel fan, as a one-bike fan, I would be excited to see what they launch in that gravel space. And I think they really need it to fight back against the growing presence of SRAM in the gravel space, especially at the sort of mid to high end. And it is kind of funny to see Shimano doing a full wireless group set. It has been 15 years since Di2 launched back in 2009. And it's funny to remember the comments when Di2 launched, all the negativity around people don't need it, it will never catch on. Well, catch on, it did, because most mid to high end bikes are now electronic shifting group sets, and many top end bikes are electronic only. And Shimano ditched full support of mechanical shifting at Dura-Ace and Ultegra, only available at 105, and SRAM have been fairly similar in terms of only offering a mechanical option at the lowest apex price point, nothing above that. So yes, electronic have really caught on and dominated the mid to high end, leaving mechanical for sort of cheaper entry-level bikes. Shimano is still making a reasonable effort with their Qs group set, which replaces everything below sort of Tiagra, Sura level. So there is some support, but it's definitely a price-focused reason for mechanical versus electronic. And on the subject of wireless, so SRAM launched ETAP many years ago, and it's been a hit. Now, wireless isn't really any better per se than wired when it's installed on the bike, but installing wireless is much easier for the mechanic, pro or home. And I've witnessed several builds firsthand, and building a wireless group set on a bike is much easier and quicker than a wired setup, although the hydraulic hoses are still a pain to go through a handlebar on any system. And I once had the opportunity to ask an engineer from Shimano over from Japan for a press trip. I'm not sure what group set that was. I asked him about doing a wireless group set, and he said they would only do a wireless Di2 when they can match the shifting speed of their wired Di2 offering. So I guess either they found a way to make a wireless group set shift as fast as wired, or they sort of just given in to the popularity of a wireless group set and made one regardless of how it shifts compared to Di2. But that again is a question of how it performs compared to current Di2. But current Di2 on the road bike side is semi-wireless anyway. They moved from fully wired to that frame battery to the brake levers, the hood's now being wireless, which makes the build a little bit easier, but still brake hoses to deal with. And the front and rear derailleur wired to an internal frame battery. But no getting around it. Having the batteries on the derailleurs just makes life easier for charging, for travel, as I experienced recently with the Argonaut with a Di2 wire getting crimped in the travel bag. So yeah, wireless not better per se, does have an advantage over wired. And lastly, what does it mean for Shimano's road bike group set? Well, Dura-Ace and Ultegra launched at the same time back in 2021, which feels like ages ago, although it wasn't really that long ago. Both 12-speed, semi-wireless, so long overdue for an update. And given how SRAM Red have moved the bar on in terms of ergonomics and gear ratios, and given that Shimano now clearly have the technology, if the leaks are to be believed, of doing a wireless shifting setup, it would be quite easy to take that technology and port it over to Dura-Ace and Ultegra. So given they might launch a dual GRX and XT XTR mountain bike gravel bike group set at some point this year and do it at the same time, one by 12 speed or one by 13 perhaps, could they also launch new Dura-Ace and possibly Ultegra this year as well, fully wireless? Again, a question mark around 12 speed or 13 speed, but probably 12 speed to be honest. I don't think they go 13 speed yet. Use the same wireless technology we're seeing in these photos, the batteries and stuff, and give us a full complement of Shimano wireless group sets. Top tier, of course, at the moment, but prices will come down, of course, in the future. So that would be my, I would guess, XT and XTR and GRX dual launched early spring, maybe. So March, April, maybe Sea Otter Festival. And then a new Dura-Ace at the Tour de France, big launch, wireless. And 2025 would be Shimano's year of really going full wireless, leaving the wires behind at the high end anyway, and really trying to combat the growing sort of dominance of SRAM in the sort of high end with electronic wireless group sets, and in the gravel space, where if you want one buy on a gravel bike, I think SRAM is the best route to go. Wireless, wide range gear ratios just works really well, and you do the mountain bike thing as well with the Eagle massive range cassette on the back. But if you want two buy, then GRX is still a good option and offers a good range of price points. But if you want one buy, yeah, I don't think Shimano is really delivering a good one buy and isn't delivering a high-end electronic offering right now at one buy 12 speed. So really a lot of focus and pressure on Shimano doing something exciting and innovative to really gain back some market share that I think is losing compared to SRAM. Anyway, those are my thoughts and speculations based on some leaked photos. Let me know what you think of these photos and what you want to see from Shimano and also SRAM. What you think is missing, what you think not doing right, by dropping a comment down below. And if you want to see a review of that SRAM Red Explore 13-speed group set, watch the video right here in this little box here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe by hitting that button right there. But that is all for today. I'll see you again very soon. Thank you so much for watching.